So as I was editing this video, I realized that it was getting very long and I wasn't even done yet. So I decided to split it in two parts. So this will be part one.
Hi, it's Neil from Mighty Little Green Machine. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I've got my grapple up on sawhorses and my backhoe in the garage here. I'm going to be doing some maintenance and repairs. My grapple has some issues that I've caused that I'm going to fix. So if you look, the plate on the top here, this is a Frontier Grapple, 48 inches. No, 53 inches. I broke a bolt the other day. This thing is mangled. It is not supposed to be touching the cylinder. So my game plan is I went and bought some angle iron. I'm going to take this off, flatten it the best I can, weld a piece of angle iron on the top and the bottom, and then get a little longer bolts to give it a little more rigidity because it just bends too easy. Then I'm considering, I want to make it so that the smaller rocks don't fall out of this as easy. So I got this piece of 1/2 inch steel here, cut to length from the scrap yard, and I think I'm going to weld that right in there so that it will help me to keep some of the smaller rocks when I'm moving rocks with the grapple. So let's get started. I've got my two helpers here. For those of you that watch the channel, you'll see how tall Brindley's getting, the white one, and Murphy's my black lab. He's 3.5 and she's 5.5 months. And they've kind of become the best of friends. So I probably would not buy this grapple again. Not because it's not good quality, because it really has been good to me. I've been very tough on it, and it's held up very, very well. But more because I want to get one that's got either one jaw all the way across or two separate jaws. And right now I'm thinking about two separate jaws just for the mere fact that if I have an uneven load or more, like I've had situations where I've got a bigger rock on one side and a smaller rock on the other, they'll be able to grip still. Otherwise, when you grip on the bigger rock, the smaller rock on this one falls out. So I don't know yet. I'm going to start doing my research and figure out what I want to get. But I am going to get another one. You know, this thing works great. You've seen me use it a ton of times, and I'll continue to use it. But I just, like I said, I want that wider jaw. I thought about welding some pieces on and making it bigger, but I don't know. At this point, that's not what I'm going to do. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and get this piece off and we'll get started.
For some reason, the brand new microphones I bought didn't record sound in this piece of it. I think they lost signal. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So what I was trying to explain is the first bolt I took out, the bottom left, was actually pretty loose. So I'm thinking that top left one fell out. It didn't break. The two on the right side were still pretty tight. It's also weird, what I also pointed out is there's slots next to the holes. And I found that weird because there isn't a keyway on the bolt to go into the slots. So I don't know what the purpose is, but it's on all four holes. So essentially all I'm doing right now is removing this piece, and then we're going to try and straighten it out, which, as you'll see, is easier said than done.
So it turns out this metal's stronger than I thought. I tried to hit it with the hammer, and the hammer just kind of, sledgehammer bounces off of it. So I'm going to try, I got a couple pieces of scrap wood. I'm going to see if I can bend it back with the vise. I don't know if the scrap wood's going to work either. Huh. Okay. Let me see. This could take me a while. This is much stronger metal than I thought. course, this vise isn't bolted down. I'm wondering, Brinley's over there tearing up the... Oh, let's see. Yeah, this is some tough metal. I worked hard to bend it. I gotta be honest, I thought this was gonna be much easier than this. But I've got new mics today. I'm getting used to them. I'm just making sure that these have a digital display that show when you're talking. Just making sure that they're still hooked up. Brinley, leave it. So I'm gonna have to figure something out here. Because this is not gonna, well, it might work. It's really not though, because I can't do the whole thing. Oh, I wonder if I can bend it a little if I hit it now. Yeah, I may have to get another piece of sheet metal to fix this, right? I don't know. Just trying to think if got any other ideas. I'm not even sure running over with my truck would make a difference. Maybe if I put the bucket edge on there. I don't know. Gonna have to think about this for a while. So I'm gonna show you this before I show you me replacing the O-rings. I was talking to my son-in-law who's a heavy equipment mechanic, and he was telling me that when these O-ring fittings loosen up, especially to the point where they leak, it generally tears the O-ring. So if you have a problem where one of yours starts to leak, make sure you at least take it apart and check it before you just tighten it back up again. While I'm waiting to figure out how I'm going to straighten that out, another thing I want to do is replace the O-rings on these fittings because I've been having some leaks. And it could just be that they loosened. I really don't know for sure, but I figure as long as I've got it in here, let's do a little preventative maintenance. It doesn't want to come out. Huh. That's weird. It wants me to spin the whole thing, and I don't want to spin the whole thing. Okay, well, looks good. Oh yeah, let's see if you can see that. That O-ring is cut. Well, let's replace that. Grab a pick. Grab a pick and then we'll find the right size, and I'm glad I did this. Okay, this one might be a little bit small, but we'll see what we can do. Now this will work. I just shot that across. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, this is another thing you should keep around. I have a couple of these, but O-ring kits. You can get them pretty inexpensively. But you just never know with these. They're so inexpensive, and it's so easy to fix. Yeah, that one's much better. Just stab myself. That always feels good. There we go. Very nice. Obviously, I can't test this until I get it on the tractor, but at least we'll have it done. Got to tell you, the fluid. So I've got 160 hours on my tractor, and I haven't changed the hydraulic fluid yet. Well, it's not due till 200, but I'm going to do it soon. But this fluid is still so clean. Oh, I want you to stay that way a little bit. Get something to grab that with. This is the kind of stuff that you kind of forget about because you're always using it and doing it, and at least for me, it's hard to find the time to stop for a little bit and get this stuff done. There we go. Okay. And one done. Let's do the other one. I have a piece of cardboard on the floor underneath this thing. I finally got smart. I got tired of cleaning oil up off the floor, so when I get larger boxes, I cut the panels into individual sheets and put them underneath when I'm working on these things. Seems like I always drip oil all over the floor. How's that one look? One actually looks good. I'm going to leave that one. Now, you know what? I'll change it. I might as well. I took it apart. Why worry about it later? There we go. There we go. Nice. Got the right one there. So all I'm doing is starting it on one side and using the pick to pull it over and then just sliding it down into its spot. Just like that. Now this one, I think I want to change the angle a little. I don't know if I want to bring it directly. Worry about. I want to have it off a little bit to the side. Okay. So I don't know. Yeah, I think that'll be a little better. Okay. Still chilly here. Wish it would hurry up and warm up. I fired up the pellet stove a little while ago. Okay, very nice. Now let's get that hose back on. Okay, very good. I am curious. I guess that's okay. Okay. So that part's done. Gotta put a little, let's shoot a little oil down inside on those pins.
So that's where I'm going to end this one. We'll finish this project in the next video. But like I said, it was just getting too long. I enjoyed having you out in the garage, keeping me company while I was doing the work. I hope you maybe learned something, or at least enjoyed it. I'll see you next time on Mighty Little Green Machine.